The internal emotional algorithm. How to reprogram your mind and transform your reality. Have you ever felt stuck in a cycle that seems endless, always reacting the same way, facing the same situations, attracting the same results? Know that none of this is a coincidence. There is an invisible pattern governing your thoughts, emotions, and decisions, a true internal emotional algorithm which dictates what you feel and experience every day. The good news? This code can be rewritten. Today, you will discover how to decode and reprogram this algorithm to align mind, emotion, and reality. Before diving into this transformation, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, leave a like and comment, "I choose to reprogram myself," down below. This helps the content reach more people and already signals to your brain that you are committed to change. The discovery. What is the internal emotional algorithm? I know exactly what you're feeling. That sensation of being stuck in an invisible pattern, repeating old stories as if an automatic script were writing your life. I've lived that too, until the day I discovered there was an emotional code operating behind everything, a programming so subtle yet so powerful that it completely shaped the way I thought, reacted, and felt. Joe Dispenza, one of the great names in neuroscience applied to self-knowledge, calls this the emotional self-algorithm, a set of automatic patterns that the brain and body repeat as if they were a software. These patterns are fueled by your past experiences, your beliefs, traumas, and interpretations of reality. Think of your brain as a supercomputer and your emotions as the operating system. Every time you react similarly to something, fear, anger, frustration, doubt, you reinforce the same code. Over time, it becomes automatic, unconscious, and dominant. You begin to live within an emotional cycle that repeats not because the world is like that, but because your mind programs it to be that way. This is the true meaning of the phrase. Your external reality is a reflection of your internal world. Every recurring thought, every emotion you feed, every belief you reinforce, all of this becomes a command, a line of code that determines your perception of reality. The big mistake is thinking that emotion is just a reaction. In fact, emotion is creation. It's energy in motion that shapes your body, your mind, and even your genetic expression. When you constantly live in emotional states of fear, guilt, anxiety, or anger, your body becomes chemically addicted to these emotions. It begins to expect them, like an emotional addict. And as long as this continues, your life will keep reproducing the same results. But there is a way out, and it begins with awareness. Recognizing that your emotional algorithm exists is the first step to reprogramming it. The reprogramming, how to redefine your emotional code. Now that you understand the mechanism, it's time to act. Joe Dispenza explains that the secret to transformation lies in cultivating elevated emotions and internal coherence. And what does that mean in practice? It means you need to replace survival emotions with creation emotions. Fear, anger, and guilt are emotions that drain your energy and keep you stuck in the past. Gratitude, love, joy, and inspiration, on the other hand, raise your emotional frequency and put you in tune with new possibilities. When you combine a clear intention, what you want to create, with an elevated emotion, how you would feel if it were already real, something extraordinary happens. Your body begins to believe that the future has already arrived. Studies from the University of California show that the deliberate practice of positive emotional states reorganizes neural activity, improves emotional resilience, and alters brain chemistry. You literally reprogram your body to a new state of being. It seems simple, but it's deep. Start by observing your dominant emotions. Ask yourself, what feelings do I feed every day? What thoughts usually arise when something bothers me? Am I reacting to my past or creating my future? From there, consciously practice elevated emotions. When you wake up, choose a feeling you want to cultivate. It could be joy, gratitude, or love. Breathe deeply and imagine your heart radiating that emotion. Repeat this process several times a day. Over time, this practice changes how your brain communicates with your body and consequently changes the type of reality you attract. And if this content is already helping you see your potential, pause for 5 seconds, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and comment, "I am reprogramming my algorithm." This strengthens your intention and also shows YouTube that this topic is important to you. And for more people to awaken too. The advanced strategy, visualization, and quantum coherence. Now, let's take it a step further. The key to accelerating this reprogramming is emotional visualization. In other words, it's not enough to imagine your future. You need to feel as if it's already happening. When you close your eyes and project yourself into a new reality, a new job, a healthy relationship, a fulfilled life, the most important thing is not the scenario, but the emotion that accompanies it. If your body feels gratitude, joy, and fulfillment as if it were already real, it begins to send chemical and electrical signals coherent with this new identity. Your brain records it as a lived experience, not a fantasy. This is how quantum physics and neuroscience meet. The internal state creates coherence, and this coherence generates a new reality. Harvard conducted a fascinating study on the impact of visualization on human performance. The group that only imagined their physical training with intense emotion achieved almost identical results to the group that actually performed the exercises. This proves that the body responds to the mind with the same intensity when the emotion is real. So practice daily, visualize with detail, feel deeply, give thanks as if you've already received it. Over time, your body and mind start to vibrate at this new frequency, and the world responds accordingly. I remember a client who was stuck in professional self-sabotage. He believed he wasn't good enough. After applying this technique, he began to visualize his promotion while feeling deep gratitude and confidence. Within a few months, the promotion happened. His mind created the internal ground for external success to bloom. That is the essence of emotional reprogramming. Reality is a mirror of what you feel is true. The ongoing journey, becoming the architect of your own reality. Reprogramming the internal emotional algorithm is not a one-time event. It's a journey. It's the daily commitment to living in coherence between what you think, feel, and do. Every conscious choice rewrites lines of your internal code. Every elevated emotion practiced is a system update. Every visualization felt is a new reality being conceived. The secret is consistency. It's not about changing everything overnight, but about changing something every day. Small daily practices create massive transformations over time, and when that happens, life changes from the inside out. You stop being a victim of the algorithm and become the programmer. You stop reacting to the past and begin creating the future. You become the architect of your own consciousness. And if this message is making sense to you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel now, leave a like and comment, "I choose to create my new reality." This is not just engagement, it's a declaration of intention to your own subconscious. The conclusion, the call to transformation. Now you understand, your emotions are not just reactions, they are codes. Your mind is not just an observer, it is the programmer. And your reality is not something that happens to you. It's something you create, consciously or unconsciously, with every thought and feeling. Rewriting your emotional algorithm is the greatest form of freedom there is. It's when you stop living under the commands of the past and start operating under the energy of conscious creation. So from today on, observe yourself. When you feel fear, replace it with gratitude. When you feel anger, cultivate compassion. When you feel doubt, practice faith and presence. These exchanges are the new lines of your internal code. And remember, the mirror of your life will always reflect what you feel is true. So, stay conscious, coherent, and emotionally elevated. You are not just changing thoughts, you are changing the vibrational structure that defines your reality. Your journey starts now. If this content touched something inside you, subscribe to the channel right now, leave your like, and share in the comments what impacted you the most. Every comment, every subscription, and every gesture of engagement is a symbolic way of telling the universe, I choose to awaken. And that simple act may be the first step in your great transformation, because the secret of change is not waiting for the right moment. It is deciding to be the right moment. Change what you feel, and what you live changes with you. Joe Dispenza.